Okay, folks, I think this is the last demo for the day, if I'm correct. So let's see if we can make this one come up a treat. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. They certainly will. Mark my words, they will. Let's see how we go. Gonna leave it on 100. Okay, let's see what this is. I'll just show you the front. This is a Tatler music magazine, which I used, but because I'm short of cash, I'm just reusing the back of it, which has got an upmarket advert. So yeah, even though this is a real lo-fi way I'm processing these ads, but you know, you got to think outside the box, folks. You got to think in this world. You got to think something new and interesting, and that's what I like to do with these magazines and shit. Low budget as well as lo-fi, folks. Low budget. And that's come up looking quite interesting, the faces there. I do think maybe, I was thinking we could do it better, but this looks really quite interesting, even though it doesn't show the actual timepiece. But I like the faces, the way the faces have turned out. They're really intriguing. I think I'm going to leave it on that. We'll do another one, folks. We'll see if we can make this turn up even better. It's a tricky one, folks. I'm going to move it differently. I don't think that worked. Could have worked. Just doing it slightly differently. And yes, we've got something really interesting. Look at that. We even got her with the product, showing the product in the faces. Now that's this is the kind of image I like to make. So yeah. So I'm wondering if we're going to leave it on 100 or if we're going to make it 104. Might take out some of the magenta just in case, because it does tend to show up too strong. I want this to be as close to just the colours. It looks a bit magenta-y even there. So I'm just going to give this away. It's Tatler magazine. I call them Tatty magazines. You know, the name Tatler sounds a bit tatty. I do wonder if I should enlarge maybe there or maybe leave it. Tatler. I wonder why it's called Tatler. I wonder what Tatler is supposed to mean. Yeah, that looks interesting. Looks a bit more magenta. Still looks magenta, but it looks more dry. The image looks a lot more dry. It doesn't look all that wet. I think it's because I took out some of that magenta. But I do like that yellowy look to it in some ways. Maybe it's a bit light. Maybe I've lightened it too far. Maybe I just have to darken it a fraction. Well, not quite a fraction, but a small amount. Yeah, that looks a lot more bold. That looks more of a bold image. I still don't like that pinky yellow look, even though you could say it looks sepia. It looks almost like a sepia tone. Maybe we can keep it as a sepia tone because a lot of people like that, I'm sure. We don't have much choice because this is going to need replacement very soon. Actually, we're going to go and do something else. I'm going to put the magenta back. Maybe we're going to do something different. Going to use blue, the depression and anxiety colour, to make this less magenta. I make it a cooler colour. Yeah, it doesn't look cool, it looks hot. Sometimes that blue surprises me, folks. It really does. But I actually quite like it. I do like it better than the sepia colour. So I think we're going to maybe run with it and see what we get. See what we can make out of this piece. It's kind of ironic how you think that the blue would turn blue, but it doesn't. Sometimes it does. It's really difficult predicting how these features are going to work. They're often very counterintuitive, folks. These photocopier functions can be very counterintuitive. They're not easy to grasp, even for a person like myself. I still struggle learning how these fuckers actually work. It's like I'm never going to learn everything that I want to learn, folks. One day I'd like to redesign the photocopier with my partner Luigi, who I'm trying to get in touch with through the 6 o'clock news. It's proven to be difficult trying to get in touch with him, trying to get, should I say, on the news first, so I can get in touch. So hopefully this will come out looking a treat. Okay, a little bit curly, folks. This really dark images do tend to curl sometimes on my work with this. Okay, that one there and this one here. Yeah, that's come up looking quite a treat, even though I do wish there was more space there. I'm going to maybe switch it around. We're going to do a what we call a switcheroo and see what happens. I do wish I could have cut that closer, but we're not doing that. So this is our image. This looks like a finger, even though it's probably not a finger. So we're just going to line these up and make these into an alternative image. Maybe that's a good thing we have that there. Don't know. It's a bit of an enigma. Makes the image look a bit enigmatic, you could say. Anyway, just line that up nicely. I'll just try and tilt it a bit. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting. I do wish the head was touching the top there. That's the thing I find I don't like about this image, is the head is not touching. But apart from that, I think we can call it quits.